What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? Let's talk about it, man. I done heard some shit tonight, and we need to talk about it. Pull up. Hey, what up, Rose Gold? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I was listening. I definitely was listening. Crown Key pulled it out. See, this was the shit I be saying. When those who be supporting these fucking pedophiles, they be the same person. I knew he was going to go to what's going on, Lazo. I knew he was going to go there. When he started pointing fingers at Sir Mix-a-Lot, and I knew Crown Key was waiting to hear this shit. Crown Key was waiting for it because I was listening hard. I knew he was going to tell himself because anytime you could defend Dose about the sexual acts he been doing and he didn't want to answer the question, come on, Redpill, man. I don't even know Redpill. But Redpill, he drunk the Kool-Aid too. Redpill don't drink the Kool-Aid. He done fucked up. He know he fucked up. Redpill knew he fucked up tonight. He couldn't even answer the question. Ain't no way in hell what's going on. Ain't no way in hell you should be laying down at the age of 19 and 20 with a young girl at 15. They all keep saying the same shit. The mother was pimping her out. The mother was pimping her out. Ain't that much pimping in the world, bro. It ain't that much pimping in the world. Yeah, I had homies doing it. So if you can lay down with a 15-year-old girl, you've been doing this shit. You've been comfortable with this shit. Got daughters, man. Ain't no way in hell my daughter gonna bring home some 19-year-old nigga at the age of 15 in my house. It ain't happening, bro. These motherfuckers on YouTube is eating off knowing what they did. But they come on the channel telling on themselves. Once he said, Sir Mix-a-Lot, I knew he was going to tell on his fucking self tonight. I knew that. I don't even know Redpill. I never even seen how this dude look. But for him to sit there, he couldn't even judge. He couldn't even judge Dose. He could not answer the question for Dose. What's going on, War Child? Paul Ramirez, salute. Lazo, Crown Key. He couldn't answer the question, man. He couldn't. That's why I keep saying, what you heard what he said. 1920? 1920? You telling me these fucking 19-20-year-olds can't get no girl their age? That's where we at right now? Come on YouTube, just self-snitching on yourself? Always say the ones who be supporting these low-key underground pedos, chomos, whatever they want to call it, they be doing the shit they damn self, man. You got to catch this shit, man. As soon as he said it, the live got taken down. The live ended. The live ended, man. Somebody ended that live because he was talking too fucking much. He was talking too much. The internet is exposed. The biggest worldwide child trafficking, child porn, all this shit is on the internet. And these motherfuckers on YouTube. They on YouTube. I know y'all caught they on YouTube with this shit, man. That was, yeah, I believe it got flagged. I believe the whole channel got flagged because he said too much. Soon as Crown Key started questioning him, the channel got flagged. That channel started spinning. They took the channel down because he was talking too much. He was talking too damn much. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way, man. I'm gonna drop the link. Y'all want to come up and talk about it? We can talk about it. Ain't no fucking way, man. Ain't no way. Let me see. Oh, okay. Put it back. Oh no, what you doing? All right. You'll copy that. Yeah, ain't no way, man. He's sitting up there pointing the fingers. Hey, what up? Hey, Tazzle, man, this shit done got weird, bro. Your boy Redpill admitted. I don't know, Redpill, I heard of his name floating around the internet. He used to be over there with Dose. He set up on here and started pointing the finger at other people and said he was having sex with a girl that was 15 because his homies was doing it, and the mother was pimping the daughter out. So he's about 19, 20. You see how fast this shit go, man? Yeah, I dropped the link. You might want to come on, man. I got your Hulu Crown Key. We gonna bring you up in here.
Hey, peace. What's going on?
What's
going on? Peace to the chat. Peace to everybody. Yeah, I was sitting here and I was listening. You know, I'm dealing with my moms. I was putting her to bed and just doing a few little things, and I'm listening, and I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, first it was that, you know, the lady was on drugs and she pimped, quote unquote, pimped her out to you, and then Shorty was the one that was carrying the dope for you. Okay, cool. But you never answered Grizz's question when he asked you, how do you feel about a 19-year-old going after a 15-year-old? You brought up Sir Mix-a-Lot, so that's deflecting. That's deflection right there. But he talked about everything else, but he never answered Grizz's question. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the chat, and I'm like, I see Paul mention something, Paul Ramirez. I see Lazo. I see Babylon. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't want to go off because it's my first time on Grizz's live. I'm not going to be disrespectful. And I had to ask the question because you didn't clarify shit. And then you talk about some motherfucking judgment. The only reason why you can't judge somebody is because you know you the same piece of shit. Like the people that you claim you can't judge.
Exactly.
Period. You gotta be a piece of shit. Matter of fact, you ain't even a piece of shit. Because at least shit can be used to grow. It's a fertilizer. You fucking slime. You slime, nigga. Excuse my language. But that's what you are. You slime. I'm like, yo, so that's why I asked the question, and then I made it a 2-part question. But then Sage told me your crown, the live is over. I was just about to say, hey, yo, Grizz, get this motherfucker up out of here. When Sage said, yo, crown, the live is over. He's sitting there trying to think. Motherfucker, you ain't answer shit. Everything you told me is that you couldn't judge. The fuck you mean you can't judge? That shit got me hot.
Now, I was in the bottom of the comment and get him out of here. Get him out of here. Because for him to sit there, he couldn't judge Dose for doing the same shit he was doing. I can imagine the conversations they had backstage, wild shit they doing. Ain't nowhere in fuck I'm gonna let my daughter come on a 19-year-old, and then they all keep saying the same shit. The mother was pimping the daughter. Dose said the same shit. The mother was on drugs.
Yeah, this shit is crazy. Nah, man.
They blaming the mother for having sex with minors. This is
motherfuckers always want to talk about people that don't have a moral compass. These pieces of shit don't have a fucking moral compass. They wouldn't know one if it slapped them in their fucking forehead. These motherfuckers on here are playing some motherfucking games, and they're going to wind up playing with the wrong person. Niggas ain't stupid. Excuse my language. I'm very upset right now.
No, you good.
I'm sorry if I use certain words that people may not agree with. You understand what I'm saying? But right now, for this topic, I think that for this topic, everybody should be feeling some type of way with the shit that we just heard.
Yeah.
I don't even know this motherfucker from a hole in the wall. I never seen or heard of him. The only red pill I know is the one that used to be with Sonetta. That's the one I know, red pill or blue pill. Those are the only pills I know. This fucking piece of shit, I never heard of him. And then to get up there and be so blatant, so nonchalant about it, talking about, oh, well, you know, back then, that's what they used to do in the hood. So, motherfucker, when niggas was doing fucking PCP and they was jumping off the fucking roof thinking they could fly, why the fuck wasn't you doing that instead of fucking taking advantage of a fucking 15-year-old because the adult in her life was in a fucked up state of mind? Why didn't you just jump off the roof and just save us all from that bullshit that we just heard? That's what the fuck you should have been doing.
Because he said 14, 15. They always got to give it each up. Anytime they out here doing this wild shit to these kids, they got to make it seem like they're a year younger and the girl was a year older.
No, what I don't like is that they try to, they forget. What pisses me off about these motherfuckers is that they don't realize, or they choose to act like they don't know that they are the adult in the fucking situation. You are the adult. So everything that you do around a minor, guess what? You are the one at fault because you are the one that is the adult. And any fucking man, any man will not allow himself to be found in a compromising position with a minor. Period, point blank. That's it. There's no fucking, oh, well, what about if the girl, because you know how some of these girls, motherfucker, what about you? Because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one losing.
See,
you're going to lose your life. You could lose your life. You could lose your freedom. And you're going to have a scarlet letter on your ass. So what you rather have all of those three or a quick moment with a fucking young girl and be able to get, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
You see, the guy Mighty Mouse said the same shit. Mighty Mouse said the same exact words. The mother, he was pimping the mother and the mother and daughter. Mighty Mouse was 29 when he had sex with a 13-year-old girl.
This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy.
But they get on YouTube, and YouTube got policies to protect the kids. They ain't no fucking policy my ass on YouTube. There's some bullshit. He should have admitted the shit, and he didn't even go hard like to say, oh, fuck that. They shouldn't be doing it. He like, nah, they could be 13. I think it's wrong. Nah, you don't think it's wrong, homie?
Where would that motherfucker say? Basically, like, because he did it at 15, he tried to lower the age to say if it was like, oh, if they was 13, you know, then I understand. But, you know, you got 15-year-olds out here, and they doing that. They talking to 20, 21-year-old. What? You think I wasn't listening? Like, I'm listening to this shit. Yo, for everybody that is within the sound of my voice, trust me, if it's one thing that I do, I listen very fucking well and I watch people's patterns. So with that, I say it all. Ain't shit getting past me. Ain't a motherfucking thing getting past me. And I heard what this motherfucker said, this piece of shit ass. He sitting up there talking about what he do for these people that are getting attacked, the Asian community, the people in the Asian community, which is all fine. But you know what? It ain't commendable. You know why? Because you just brought your own shit out the bag. So anything that you're doing right now is fucking moot. It's moot. That shit don't mean a motherfucking thing.
That shit crazy.
But this is people. These are the people that other people choose to follow. And the thing about it is people have patterns. So if you listen to how they speak, if you listen to the things that if you watch the things that they do, and you know, they tell. We all have tails. We all have tails. Not tails, T-A-L-E-S, T-E-L-L-S. We all have things that we tell about ourselves without knowing it. Sometimes it comes out in a conversation. It could be our actions. It could be our movements. It could be anything, but it's a tell because it's so ingrained in us. And it's such a part of us that we don't recognize it because it's just a normal thing for us. That motherfucker was so busy running his mouth, he didn't even realize that he had his foot in his mouth the whole time he was talking.
Yeah, check it out. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second.
Well, child, you're going to have to look at the video, sweetheart, because it starts from the moment that he comes on the panel. From the moment that you see a guy up on the panel with glasses on, watch Grizz's live from that point all the way to the end.
Hold on 1 second. I hold on. I screen recorded.
And Tazo, you know what I'm talking about with Tails because you a boxer. You box. So you got to know that moment. You know what I'm saying? You got to know that moment. You study your opponent. You study them. So you already know which way they're coming. The live is still up, War Child. Just remember, from the time you see a third person fourth person on the chat with glasses, on the panel with glasses, that's him. He's the only other person up there. Okay, Jacob.
No, you go ahead, so I'm trying to find the video. I screen recorded. Here we go. Here you go.
They take our avatars and try to go on people's chat and start to get it. I mean, around where I grew up in the hood, I've seen it happen, but it's not. That sexual act. If I go backstage, he ain't gonna let me on. He's a bitch, man. I don't pay him no mind. You know what I'm saying. Let me ask you a question. Do you feel that a 19-year-old should be chasing a girl that's 15, turning 16 years old for sexual activity? Do you think that's okay? Around where I grew up in the hood, I've seen it happen. It's not. If I was a father, I have a son, not a daughter. But if I had like my niece, if my niece was fucking with a 19-year-old, dude, I probably have something to say about that. You know what I'm saying? But it does happen all the time. I don't think it's like that big of a deal. But if he's like 19 years old, fucking like a 12 or 13-year-old, then that's a problem. But 15-year-old girl, man, you ain't no shit. 19, 21-year-old guys all the time.
I'm gonna bring it back. He said, if it's a 13 fucking a 19 to be a problem, but a 14 fucking a 19 is not a problem. That shit, that's weird.
You can hear me?
Can
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna attack you because they feel that, you know what I mean, you're sticking up for the Asian community, post-fire rights and whatever the fuck they're gonna say before that. These people, you over in the beginning, unless they it won't come to that, man, because before my Facebook account got deleted, I had that was the news after come to my messenger all the time. It's all talk, you know what I'm saying? It's all people feel tough behind the keyboard, behind the fucking screen, you know? Yeah, go ahead.
Redpill, my name is Crown Key. I just want to ask you, it's just to piggyback off of something that Grizz asked you, but I don't think that you clarified it enough for myself or some people in the chat. When he asked you, how do you feel about a 19-year-old going after a 15-year-old? You said you really couldn't give your opinion on that or judge on that. My question to you is, why can't you do that? Why can't you answer that question?
Because I just explained that I've done that before myself. Not chase the 50-year-old, but like I said.
Now y'all heard that, right? He said he done this shit himself before.
That's why he agreed with it.
Hear the rest of it. Hear this.
Mom was a crackhead and pimped out her 15-year-old daughter to me when I was like 19, 20 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so now...
I can't... Hold up. Wait a minute. We got to get into this right now. We got to get into that. I just caught that because I ain't even fucking... I'm just...
Yo, listen, one thing I do is listen good, and I watch patterns.
Now, look. If I heard correctly...
Goddamn right.
You said that you As a 20-year-old or 19-year-old pimped out, what? How old? She's like 15, yeah. Okay. Now, what was your reason for doing that? Because her mom offered just started offering her as part of the package deal of posting up in her house as a man. I mean, I'm just saying, talking because
this fool just said the mother offered his daughter as a package deal.
Wow, fam. Damn.
But let him keep talking. Let him keep talking and watch what he says.
Okay, here we go.
Let him keep talking and watch what he says.
Here we go.
There's drug dealers, gang members all ready to fucking. It's right. I sure as fuck wouldn't do it now at my age. But I'm just saying that I've done shit like that, and I can't judge and be fucking critical. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that in judging it, you will be hypocritical. I think that in judging it, the fear that and I will go out on a limb right now. I know that it's going to sound maybe a bit disrespectful, and not because of anything, but just the way I'm analyzing your words, the question that Grizz placed to you, and what you done. I think that the reason why you don't want to be hypocritical is because you would have to do a deeper self-reflection on self.
Exactly.
Because now you got to yourself actually did something that was fucked up.
Right.
You know, and that's why you don't want to judge nobody, because while you pointing the finger at somebody, you got to be more pointing at yourself.
Exactly.
That's my opinion.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Based on what you're saying.
This is why we need females on these conversations, man.
Or today, how do you feel about what you did? How has what you it's a two-part question. How do you feel today, and how do you think that what you did?
Okay.
Shout out to Crown Key. Yo.
That's when the live got cut right there. That's when the live got cut.
Shout out to Crown Key, man. This is why we need females on some of these conversations, man. The way we put words together, man. She put that shit together very well. And that's the reason why a lot of these dudes are not condemning pedophiles, bro, because they have it in them themselves.
Exactly.
No, but you know what, too? Because it's such a sensitive conversation, it's such a sensitive and delicate conversation. I think what happens with us is that we get emotionally involved very fast, which is a natural feeling. But the only way to get to the core of this of what you want to know, you gotta control those passions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you allow that anger and that rage and all these emotions that you feel, which are rightful emotions, because we're talking about a violation of somebody. You know what I mean? If you allow that to supersede the end game, you're not gonna get anywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Notice.
And that's why I was trying to take that route. I was trying to take that route, but I gotta admit, if he was, when he put his hand on his chin and he was sitting there like he had to think about it, right in that moment, I was just about to say, "Hey, yo, Grizz, get this motherfucker off the panel."
Right.
And that's when Sage was like, "Yo, Crown, the live is over." Because if you gotta sit there and think about it, motherfucker, you supposed to have the answer to the questions. Ain't nothing to think about. If you gotta think about it, it's a motherfucking lie.
From Jump Street, when he bought that 15, when Grizz asked him, is it wrong for a 15-year-old to be chasing, a 19-year-old to be chasing a 15-year-old, his automatic answer should have been no. That lets you know he still doesn't think it's wrong. Even after him doing it, he still doesn't think it's wrong. See, I could have robbed somebody when I was 15, and you asked me at 30, do I think robbing people is wrong? I'm going to tell you yes, even though I've done it.
I got you, Lazo. If you need a Lazo, I got you. Hey, see, Tazo, I'm going to cut you off, right?
No, you good.
It's the same shit I was talking about yesterday about dose. The same thing we were talking about dose yesterday. A lot of these guys that sit up here and support this shit, they have the same patterns and the same behaviors. They don't think it's wrong. Because what it is, a lot of these guys got so comfortable doing it They just haven't got caught yet.
Right.
They haven't
Bro.
got caught yet. So that's
Right.
why they could come on YouTube
Right.
and talk that talk and act like we supposed to say, right, man, ain't nothing, man. But you older now, you ain't doing it no more. Nah, that's wrong, bro. Because the first chance they get, they're gonna go back and have the feeling. What's going on, Wax Dog?
Hey,
Nah, bro.
Wax.
Nah, y'all want to hear him play one more time, man.
Wax, don't go nowhere.
What the fuck is that, man? He
All right,
to me, he
here you
said,
go.
like, when I was in there,
Listen, Wax.
you know what I'm saying? So I didn't have a chance to, to figure out what he's trying, but what is that? You know, Barry Platinum, you know, that is mod. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, yo, salute to J Quill. You said who's mod? Hey, peace, J Quill. He has a mod name, her name is Barbara Platinum. Oh yeah. I thought you talking about Tammy. Yeah, he has another one named Tammy.
I want y'all to see the face.
And what she did is I'll never stop fucking being with her. Is that when she was on JB Gunn's channel, she doxed my family, she doxed my fucking son, because my son's part black, you know. And
This is Redpill, Tazo.
She was laughing with JB when JB Gunn was with the clan and all this shit. And I'm telling fucking French, that's your fucking mod? What the fuck is that, man? You talk about you're with the black community.
Her doxing you is the least of your problems.
For real.
The fucking KKK bitch, and she's on your mod. That was two top mods, you know what I'm saying? And so he decided to fucking. He decided to go on his next line and go, hey, Roger, you're a bitch.
Yeah, I'm too far back, but if I touch it last, though.
You're on that shit, huh? You know what I'm saying? But
what is he talking about right here?
Now, I want to move the screen, but it's going too far forward.
Let me ask you a question.
Here we go.
A 19-year-old should be chasing a girl that's 15, turning 16 years old.
It should have been no.
That's okay. I mean,
No.
around where I grew up in the hood, I've seen it happen, but it's not.
Look how he goes around the question and
And
never
you hear his
answers it.
hesitation?
I mean, I have a daughter, but if I had like my niece,
You hear that?
my niece was fucking with a 19-year-old dude. I probably
He asked him a yes or no question.
You know what I'm saying? But it does happen all the time. I don't think it's like, but if he's like 19 years old, fucking like a 12, huh? If he's like fucking like a 12 or 13-year-old, then yeah, that's a problem. But 15-year-old girl, man, 15-year-old girl, I look at it like a pattern. It's like a pattern. It's like a stepping stone to destruction because, you know what I mean? It's in one instance where this person accused of doing foul play and having minors around and stuff like that. So, everything, happens for a reason in my eyes, right? I don't agree with you.
Grizz has said that it wasn't that the live got cut off. His phone went dead.
I was saying that,
his phone died.
When I was a teenager, 14 years old, 15, I had this grown-ass woman in her 30s that was having sex with me and then molesting me. And not molesting me, but basically that's what it is. If she's touching my private area and doing shit like that, you know what I'm saying? When she walks by and whatever, basically touching
Look at the smirk on his face.
Right? But I didn't look at it like that because at the end of the day, I was a kid and this was a woman and it was like an honor around my way for a young man to have sex with an adult woman. You know what I'm saying? People would pick you up for shit like that, especially if you was a teenager. Right? You know what I mean? But right is wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And, bro, don't even let people get to you, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna attack you because they feel that, you know what I mean, you're sticking up for the Asian community, and they're gonna say, whatever the fuck they're gonna say, man. But fuck all that. Just what you do. If you want to shoot these people, you don't need to put your hands on them in the beginning. No, for sure. It won't come to that, man. Because before my Facebook account got deleted, I had like thousands and millions of death threats come through my messenger. No one ever pulled up. It's all talk, you know. People feel tough behind the keyboard, behind the fucking screen. You know, I made a commitment to myself, like you know. I'm not talking to you, bro. I'm talking to they in the motherfucking chat. Why y'all ain't block that dude right there? To me?
I think when I
woman's was a mistake. Woman belongs to us. Like, fuck out of here with that shit, my nigga. I know that's right. I'm not jacking that. Mistake, you know what's right. Anyway, but shit is crazy. No, I'm coming up there.
he still want to talk about the little girl.
Well, in terms of those are 19, so
You see? He still want to talk about it.
I said, my man, I apologize, bro. I didn't mean to.
Nah, he want to talk about the young girl. He trying to clear the shit up.
What I'm saying is that if those was 19 fucking, I can't really judge that, man, because when I was 19, 20 years old, I had a little 15-year-old hood rat that was helped me sling my dope in her, and her mom was fucking pimping.
Oh, she had to be a hood rat.
Right.
Her mom was a crackhead.
How you talk about a 15-year-old like that when you don't use an adult?
So I can't really judge on that shit, man.
Because he's fucking slime. That's why.
That's a problem.
He's a fucking slime boy.
You fucking with a 10 or 11-year-old, that's a problem?
Because he can't deny it. You know who Sir is?
This man, listen, the way he speaks, you already can tell he got a sickness going on.
He was doing that.
He's not direct with his answer.
14, 15-year-old, 26, 27 years old, man. So it's like this. Yeah, you gotta do a lot about that, then.
Oh, I wish I was on this live, man.
He might pull up himself, but man, that's the truth, man. But I'm not trying to diss him.
Yeah, he's downplaying it, War Child. He's downplaying it.
But before if we decide to do it like that, you have to come with
He another Mighty Mouse, bro.
receipts, bro, because you know what I mean. The people are just gonna look at it as you're just talking shit and for clout. You know what I'm saying? So you know me, bro. Can I check 1 minute?
Shout out to Crown Key, man, for holding it down, man.
But Grizz, can I ask him a question?
Watch it.
Grizz should have been chewing this nigga a new one, bro.
Redpill, I just want to ask you a question. It's just to piggyback off of something that Grizz asked you.
Right.
But I think that you clarified it enough for myself or some people in the chat. When he asked you, how do you feel about a 19-year-old going after a 15-year-old? You said that you really couldn't give your opinion on that or judge on that. My question to you is, why can't you do that? Why can't you answer that question? Because I just explained that I've done that before myself. Not 50-year-old, but like I said, her mom was a crackhead and pimped out.
Her mother was a crackhead.
When I was like 19, 20 years old. Okay, so now
It sounds like he's taking Mighty Mouse.
Hold up. Wait a minute. We gotta get into this right now.
Listen to what he says.
Yo, listen, one thing I do is listen good and I watch patterns. Now, look, if I heard correctly, you said that you, as a 20-year-old or 19-year-old, pimped out, how old? She's like 15, yeah.
He didn't say that the mother pimped her out. When Grizz asked him, you pimped out a 15-year-old, he said, yeah. No, he said, you pimped out. He said, yeah.
That right? He said, first he said the mother pimped out her daughter as a package deal. But when Grizz flipped the shit,
right?
You pimped out the girl. Said, yeah. See the bullshit?
Exactly.
Right.
That motherfucker changed his story. Lying ass. And the second part was the truth.
Right.
Dude, I'm not saying it's right. I sure as fuck wouldn't do it now at my age. But I'm just saying that I've done shit like that, and I can't judge and be fucking hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
you can't.
Yo,
at homeboys is pimping out the mother and the fucking daughter. Come on, Redpill.
And look, I don't even buy that story, man. I think he was pimping out. And the mother one, man, listen, that shit sound like Mighty Mouse story, man. A lot of these pedophiles is using that I was pimping the mother out shit, man. No, y'all niggas was bypassing the mother, getting right to the daughter, man.
Damn right.
Y'all won't even worry about the mother. Y'all was bypass. The mother might have been on crack, doped up, fiended up, and y'all was bypassing her because you know you can get right to the daughter with no problem.
And you see how they pacify it, right?
And what they do
the daughter was a crack. The daughter was a hood rat.
A hood rat. Or Mighty Mouse situation. She you know what
now
I mean?
why the fuck they gotta come into a place where they could call a mother a crackhead and the daughter a hood rat? Why they not doing that in other fucking communities? Not saying that it should be done at all.
Yeah.
I'm just focusing on the fact that the mother always gotta be unfit in some kind of way. The mother always got to be unfit in some kind of way, and the daughter always got to be hot in her ass in some kind of way, or some ghetto girl, or some. What the fuck is that about?
But you pay attention. Hey, Crown Key, pay attention to. They take advantage of situations. They take advantage of the mother being on crack. They don't.
But you know what? That is a weak predator looking for weak prey.
Right. Exactly.
A predator is. Oh, if you look at the animal kingdom, the smallest motherfucker takes on sometimes bigger motherfuckers than them.
Yeah.
But when you dealing with piece of shits like this, he's a weak predator looking for weak prey.
Right.
That's what that shit
situations.
is about.
He just implicated him.
This shit got me hot. I can't even go to bed.
He just implicated him and all his homeboys in this bullshit.
I can't even go to bed right now.
Damn. If I throw the shit on
anybody that rock with that nigga. So but I guarantee you one thing, and I'm gonna say this. I'm saying this. I'm putting this disclaimer on your channel, jQuill, in case of anything. I guarantee you that ain't the only time that motherfucker did that.
No. I know it's not the only time.
Only time.
He was too comfortable to talk about it.
Yeah.
Even before you even asked him, when Grizz went on to argue with somebody in the comments, he still kept wanting to talk about it. A lot of that's what they do. They put themselves in the middle of the situation.
And whenever you hear a person talking a situation like this, and you hear the word but, they start saying but.
Yeah.
That just X'd out. It's like a person giving you an apology, and they be like, "I'm sorry for what I did, but I did it because of this, and the third." Once they use the word "but," that apology no longer exists. But is a word that just sweeps what was said previously off of the board. So when he used the word "but" to justify whatever it was that he felt needed justification, he completely dismissed from his own mouth what he just said to begin with.
Exactly, Zach Alazzo. I won't be surprised he's still pimping her. Mm-hmm.
Right. Or still back in those neighborhoods finding other daughters that's got cracked.
Exactly. Oh, I wouldn't do it at my age now. No, you perfected it when you were younger. So at your age, you still doing it. It's on social media now.
When Grizz asked him straight up, yo, you think it's okay for the 18, 19-year-old?
Oh, man.
Chasing a 15-year-old? His answer as a man should have been no. Period, bro. He was fumbling and stumbling with his words and beating around the bush and going around his asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's a no answer. Period. Nothing else to be said.
He never answered the question. He never answered the question.
Never.
If somebody asks me, yo, Crown Key, XYZ, what do you think? I'm answering the question. It's a simple question. Whether it was a yes on his part, or no, even if we all found out that he didn't think it was a problem, the question would have been answered. This motherfucker didn't answer. So it makes you guilty, nigga, because you went around the world and you want to point out Sir Mix-a-Lot. Who the fuck cares about Sir Mix-a-Lot? We talking about what you think. Grizz asked you what you think. That's what Grizz asked you. What you think?
Salute, Sage.
God damn. Hey, Sage.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, man. Crown Key, man. I gotta tip my hat to you, man. Shout out to you for that, man, because you ain't let that motherfucker off the hook. You ain't
Just
let him
asked a
off the hook,
question. I just wanted to clarify it.
cause his ass almost
The
got
phone
off the
cutting
hook.
off. Crown Key would have had his ass on Judgment Day. He'd have been in court, bro. The phone,
Yeah.
the
No,
phone did him.
I was
The
about to get
phone
in
did
his
him a
ass
favor.
like toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to get in his ass. I was about to get in his
Mm-hmm.
ass like toilet paper.
Shout out
If
to
it wasn't
Crown
for
Key for
Sage
that.
telling me, Crown, the live is over, that was it. I jumped right the
Mm-hmm.
fuck off. I followed suit with what they was doing.
Facts.
Ain't nobody got time for that shit.
Right. Stand up for what's right, man. No, don't let these motherfuckers get off the hook. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's why these little girls is growing up the way they is now, on drugs and prostituting themselves, and you let dudes abuse them, let dudes treat them any kind of way, because you got these 19, 20, 28, 25 year olds coming back and sleeping with them, man. They kids, man. Let them be kids.
Let me
Stop
tell you
victimizing
something.
these little girls, man. A 15-year-old is what, ninth grade, 10th grade? She should be worried about school. Why you? Come on, man. You
Mm-hmm.
victimize that little girl, man. She should be dating or mess around
Oh,
with guys.
15 years old, a 15-year-old little girl, a 15-year-old little girl is thinking about school and her friends.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What her hair gonna look like, if she could get her
Mm-hmm.
parents to buy her these sneakers or this outfit that she want. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She thinking about simple things. She ain't
Cheerleading,
thinking about that shit
volleyball,
unless she coming
softball.
from from an unfortunate background. You know what I'm saying? And even then, that's not even what she wants.
Let
What
me
And what
tell you
fucking
something.
child wants to
and,
be treated like that?
and think about this too, y'all. Like, he ain't going to that
Mm.
situation to help her. He ain't try to put her on the right track and, hey, let me see what I could do to help this little girl. She got a fucked up situation. Her mother on crack. Her mother is smoking. Let me make sure she make it to school every day.
No,
He,
he used her so she could carry his dope.
Mm-hmm.
He said it.
Mm-hmm.
He said it.
Let me tell you
She was
like this.
holding his dope or whatever the fucking trap house or some bullshit.
Let me tell you like this.
Fuck
I have
out of
three
here.
daughters. All three of my daughters, man. At 15, I couldn't go nowhere without them, bro.
right.
I couldn't leave the house or go to anywhere without my daughters, man. Because they was 15 and they was daddy girls. Couldn't go nowhere. They weren't thinking about boys. Like Crown Key said, they was thinking about the little how their hair gonna look, how their sneakers gonna look, how their clothes gonna look. They were ape shit just over just finding something to
That's
go
what
to
I was thinking
the
about
gym.
when I was 15.
Remember?
That's what I was thinking about when I was 15. I wasn't thinking about no boys. Sage. Yo, if it wasn't because you said the live was over, if it wasn't because Grizz phone went dead, yo, I was gonna wipe the floor with him. Because I'm sitting here and I'm listening
And
and I'm
Crown
like,
King got him off.
I know this motherfucker just ain't say what he said.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, he does need to be made an example of.
Mm-hmm.
For real. For
Yeah.
real.
Nah, ain't no coming back from that. Ain't no coming back from that shit. That shit
Like
was crazy.
Sage said publicly.
Yeah. Ain't no
Yeah.
coming back from that.
He said it out his own fucking mouth. He said it
Once,
right on out his mouth.
once he pointed the finger at Sir Mix-a-Lot, I knew it was coming back to him. I knew that shit was coming back around the corner. Because that's what
Yeah.
they
I'm
do.
saying
They
to
start off
myself,
pointing the
this
finger first.
yeah. When he said Mr. Mix-a-Lot, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting here and I'm saying, what the fuck does Sir Mix-a-Lot have to do with the question that Grizz asked you, my man?
Uh-huh.
He said, what do you feel about a 19-year-old and a 15-year-old? And you bring up fucking Sir Mix-a-Lot. That dude probably somewhere in a fucking mansion sleeping right now. And you bring
Yeah,
up
he did get
Sir
seen by the bed.
Mix-a-Lot.
Last thing I heard about Sir Mix-a-Lot, he had a stroke on stage at a concert.
Well,
When But you want to get on
Listen,
YouTube and
life's a
dirty the
bitch,
man
but
name up.
Carmen's her sister.
Exactly. The great. That's what they do. They find somebody to point the finger at.
There might
And
be
do
a little
something right up their
delay.
butt.
There's a delay on my end, so I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm talking over everybody.
No, that's okay. I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, he was saved by the bell because if that phone wasn't cut off, Crown Key would have dug him. He had to put that man in the dirt.
Motherfucking right, I would have. Talking that bullshit. I lost his fucking mind. You ain't answer shit and you send up there to my own cut. Man. And these be the type of men, excuse me, let me rephrase that. These be the type of individuals. These be the type of dudes because he cannot be called a man. He is male by sex, but he is an individual because we're gonna talk about his ass singularly. This is the type of motherfucker that women wind up having kids with, loving them, and all this bullshit, and they never found out about this aspect of the person that they laid down and have kids with. This is the type of individual that motherfuckers, females, because we can't call them women, females will wind up having kids with. Love him, welcome him into the home, and don't think twice about watching him around their kids because
Exactly.
he's a good man. He treats my daughter good or my son good. He provides. He's very kind and loving to all of us. My
Melee,
family
what's going on?
loves him. And all along, this motherfucker got a deep, dark secret. And this is his deep, dark secret that's coming out on YouTube. You see what I'm saying? And in some
Mm-hmm.
cases, let's even go further. In some cases, you got some females that they know about it and they don't give a fuck about it because it happened before them and they feel like it can't affect their lives.
Uh-huh.
This some bullshit.
Yeah. Well, in terms of
Hey, I'm gonna play it one more time. For those who just came in the chat, I want y'all to listen to Redpill just on Grizzly Show. Talking about sleeping with an undereater and pimping her out.
Hey, Melee.
well, go ahead, bro. If those are 19, bro, I apologize, bro. I didn't say something like that. What's that? I apologize, bro. I didn't mean to interrupt you like that, but go ahead, bro. Oh, no, that's good. It's your show, man. But what I was gonna say is that if those was 19 fucking a 50-year, I can't really judge that, man, because I was 19, 20 years old. I had a little 15-year-old hood rat in the hood that was helping me slang my dope, and her mom was fucking pimping. It was like basically her mom was a crackhead, and she let me post up in her apartment and make her.
Yeah, he did say that. He talking real fast. He said a little 50-year-old girl helped sling his dope.
Yeah. I listen. That's
So,
that's one of the most important parts of communication is listening.
Now, like I said, you're fucking with about 10 or 11 years old, then yeah, that's a problem. But there's a lot of fucking matter of fact, I know someone personally. I'm going out there because he can't deny it. You know who Sir Mix-a-Lot is? Yeah.
Now he want to tell him.
Yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot, the big rap baby got back.
Somebody asked him about the motherfucking Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Picking up 14, 15-year-old chicks when he's like 26, 27 years old, man. So it's like, yeah. You gotta do a lot of that. We're gonna expose the truth. Mix-a-Lot see that he might pull up himself, man. That's the truth, man. But I'm not trying to diss him. I'm just saying he was doing that. But if we decide to do something like that, you have to come with at least some type of receipts, bro, because you know what I mean? The people are just gonna look at it as we just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So you know me, bro.
Can I interject 1 minute? Can I interject 1 minute? I'm sorry, gentlemen. But Grizz, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead. You go.
Redpill, my name is Crown Key. I just want to ask you a question. It's just to piggyback off of something that Grizz asked you, but I don't think that you clarified it enough for myself or some people in the chat. When he asked you, how do you feel about a 19-year-old going after a 15-year-old? You said you really couldn't. You said that you really couldn't give your opinion on that or judge that. My question to you is, why can't you do that? Why can't you answer that question?
Because I just explained that I've done that before myself. It's a 15-year-old, but like I said, her mom was a crackhead and pimped out her 15-year-old daughter to me when I was like 19, 20 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so now
I can't be. Hold up, wait a minute. We gotta get into this right now. We gotta get into that. I just caught that because I ain't even fucking. I just caught that.
Yo, listen, one thing I do is listen good and I watch patterns.
Now, look. If I heard correctly, Redpill, you said that you, as a 20-year-old or 19-year-old, pimped out what? How old? She's like 15, yeah.
No, you can't. You quote what he said. He didn't know the correct age. He said she was like 15. He didn't even know her age. You peeped the bullshit? She was like 15. That means he didn't know the girl age. She was younger than that. Yeah, she was like 15. Didn't even fucking know. This shit is sick, man.
What was your reason for doing that? Because her mom offered. Her mom just offered her as part of the package deal of posting up in her house as a trap. I mean, I'm just saying, man. It's not.
So he's saying that the mother, because the mother let them use the trap house to sell their shit. The mother said, y'all can lay down with my daughter.
Yeah, that motherfucker need to be packed up. And I'm talking about fucking express mail. We gotta get this motherfucker out of here. For real. Pack his ass up, because he done out here.
It's really shocking because there's a lot of drug dealers, gang members all ready to fucking do shit. I'm not saying it's right. I sure wouldn't do it now at my age.
No, what you're doing is you justifying what you did.
Like that, and I can't judge and be fucking hypocritical. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that
he did this shit so much he can't judge and be hypocritical. How long was he doing this shit? I can't judge. I can't be hypocritical. How long was this motherfucker? See, he was so comfortable to talk about that he done threw himself under the fucking bus. Damn it, boy.
Judging it, I don't think that in judging it, this motherfucker up. I think that in judging it, the fear that I'm gonna go out on a limb right now. I know that it's gonna sound maybe a bit disrespectful, not because of anything, but just the way I'm analyzing your words, the question that Grizz placed to you, and what you're saying now. I think that the reason why you're hypocritical is because you would have to do a deeper self-reflection on self. Because now you gotta say to yourself, I actually did something that was fucked up. You know, and that's why you don't want to judge nobody, because
now you heard he said, Damn.
Why you pointing at somebody, you got 3 more pointing at yourself. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Based on what you're saying. But as the man that you are today, how do you feel about what you did? How has what you wait? It's a 2-part question.
When you asked him that, he put his hand on the table. He went to the left. He went to the right.
Yeah. That motherfucker couldn't answer that shit. He was trying to figure out which. When you hit a person with a 2-part question, they always try to build their answer ahead of what you're gonna ask them. You see what I'm saying? So now it's a 2-part question. He don't know which way I'm coming. That's why he's trying to sit there and analyze. He's trying to analyze me right now. Motherfucker, you can't analyze me. You don't know what I'm gonna hit you with. How do you think that what you did?
Right there. That's where it stopped right there. Damn. pull out the shovel and
Yeah,
bury
his
this mother.
phone went dead.
Yeah, right at that point. Right
Now
at
it's
that.
time to pack his ass up.
Uh-huh.
Get him the fuck up out of here.
Uh-huh.
And I don't even participate in things like this. I've been keeping it in the cut, just watching
Oh, that's
people's lives and
West
everything like
Coast
that.
206.
But originally,
Mm-hmm.
I
No, go ahead,
originally
Cronky.
came up on a panel to talk about something else with Grizz, and I I had to go on mute because I take care of my mother. I had to put her to bed, so on and so forth.
Uh-huh.
And in the mix of all of that moving around, I'm listening to the conversation, and I'm saying to myself, "The fuck is this dude talking about?" And I'm looking at the chat, and I see how people reacting in the chat. Cause you gotta check the temperature on shit, and you gotta make sure that at least I do. I try to make sure that when I ask a question or when I'm speaking, I got my emotions under control. You see what I'm saying? Because your emotions will blind you. So I don't want that to be the first thing that comes out, and then the original reason as to why I came up on the panel to speak on said topic never gets, it doesn't follow through. So I'm sitting here and I'm going, the fuck is going on now? I gotta, you know what I'm saying? My first time up on Grizz's panel, I'm not gonna be disrespectful. That's why, I went about it the way that I did. But in that moment when I asked him that last question, the two-part question, I was gonna say, yo, get this nigga the fuck up out of here, man. What the fuck is going on here? This nigga sitting up here, straight up saying he a fucking pedophile, but I didn't get a chance to, you know what I'm saying, do that. And it's kind of good either way because look where we at right now. He put himself out there looking like a straight fucking idiot.
I tell you one thing about this. You can't come over here with that fuck shit because we're gonna pull your card on this shit.
Motherfucker right.
That will happen over here.
And I'm sorry for cursing so much tonight,
It's cool.
everybody. Because
It's
I
okay.
usually
It's
don't,
okay.
I try not to do that. But this shit right here, this shit is fucking ridiculous. Like, come on, man. How long we gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm a paid subscriber to YouTube. I don't pay to look at this bullshit or run into motherfuckers like this. I don't pay a monthly bill so that I could be
I got it,
subjected
Tazo.
to
I got
listening to content from degenerate motherfuckers like that. Straight up and down. If YouTube wants me to continue participating in the platform that they have, they need to tighten up on the guidelines that they have in place, and more so have better protection for kids. That's what I'm saying. Cause this bullshit got to stop. This can't be a fucking a pedophile haven. Come on now. Y'all motherfuckers is getting enough money from all of the millions of people that subscribe, like
yeah.
myself. I subscribe because I don't want to get no fucking commercials.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Mm.
Lost their goddamn mind.
Well, what I'm about to do, I'm about to end this live, but I ain't done with this shit. I'm not done with this at all. I'll be right back in the morning with an upload. I'm not done with this shit. All right, so I'm about to end the live, Crown Key, man. Thanks for coming up. I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Sage. I would have had that motherfucker writing a book if Grizz's phone would have went dead. That motherfucker would have been up there writing a book, and it would have been all on YouTube.
Yeah. Hey,
Real
War, I
talk.
believe that too, War Child. I believe that a lot of these pedos up here be stalking these kid channels. I do believe that. They be on these kids channels stalking these
Absolutely.
kids. I do believe that.
Mm-mm-mm. Well,
All right,
everybody have a good night.
yeah, everybody have a good night. I'm
Peace to
about
the
to end this
chat.
live. Appreciate everybody for coming through. War Child, Lazo, Sage, Melee came through. Thanks Tazo for coming up, and everybody else, man. About to end this live right now. Hey,
Hey,
Crown,
Tazo.
appreciate you.
It was good seeing you, Tazo. All right. Good night, everybody.
All right.